Science you can try at home. Okay, so we're going to have a go at making a harmonica out of stuff you might have at home. So we'll need a couple of matchsticks, a couple of rubber bands, 2 of these tongue depressor sticks, and some very thin paper. This is baking paper or greaseproof paper will do the trick nicely. Let's see how it goes together. So we're cutting out the reed out of the thin paper in the shape of the tongue depressor underneath. Then lay the thin bit of paper on top of one of the sticks, and then put the 2 matchsticks at each end, I would guess. Then take the other board, the other tongue depressor, and place it carefully right on top, so you end up with like this sandwich looking thing here. The rubber bands are to tie the whole thing together. So very, very carefully we're going to stretch a rubber band around and around so it holds it together nice and tight. So the trick is to wrap the rubber band around so that it makes a kind of figure of 8 type of shape, and it holds it on as tight as it can. And there we have it, our harmonica ready to try. So let's see how it sounds. Okay, so what's the science in our homemade harmonicas? Inside there's you can imagine there's one stick going like that, and then there's our matchstick like that sort of blocks up a bit of space, and then the other stick in there. And a bit of paper, the thin bit of paper is kind of sat like that close to one of the boards. When you blow air through, it makes this piece of paper vibrate very, very quickly. And that's what's causing the vibration that's needed to make sound. Now, normally a musical instrument would have a sound box to kind of amplify the sound. All it has instead is these 2 sticks. So as it vibrates, as it flaps really, really quickly, the sound is created and amplified only slightly by these little boards of wood. That's why it's not very loud, it doesn't have a resonance to it. A real harmonica has a little bit of a sound box, and so you get a much nicer sound. So this is the science in here. It's vibration causing the sound. It needs to go very fast to make the kind of sound that we hear. So you won't even see it necessarily. You might see it just as a bit of a tiny, tiny blur. In musical instruments, they often call this piece of paper or some version of it a reed. So like in a clarinet, for example, they have sometimes a piece of wood, like or even a saxophone has a piece of wood that's literally cut from bamboo or reed, and it's mounted into a mouthpiece like that, usually stuck down with something. And when you blow into the end of it, the reed vibrates very quickly, and the rest of the instrument is used to amplify the sound or change the tone. They might have holes in it like a recorder. Our instrument here doesn't have any holes in it, it only plays 1 note, but you can change the note that it plays by moving one of the sticks closer in. It'll mean that the piece of paper between them there's a shorter distance between there and there, and it should play a higher note. So that's something you can experiment with the next time. Try shifting the sticks in closer together to get a higher note out of your homemade harmonica. As always, experiment, have fun, see what happens.